JKB back with another episode. Today on the show is something super special. I've got one of the only prototypes in the world of the OJO portable. This is ridiculous. Are you ready? It's a portable projector for the Nintendo Switch. I'm going to make this video short and sweet by saying this is a prototype, so some of it has issues that they're going to work out, and I've been talking to them through email, of course, to say like, yeah, this happened, but of course, looking past those issues that any company would go through while they're designing something like this, like for instance, it's only about 80% as bright as the one that will be coming out, and the battery lasts about 80% as well. So I'm dealing with a prototype, but even saying that much, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen for any device, period, for video games. It is unbelievable. So let me get into the details of what this thing can do. First and foremost, it's about double the size of a Nintendo Switch dock. The Switch itself simply slides into the system like so. So you take your system, drop it in, and that literally is in place now. So that means you can turn it on and project your screen anywhere. Now I know there's a lot of questions involving what it does in terms of how bright it's going to look on a wall, but also like the size of the screen that it can project. Well, I do know it can go up to 120 inches, which is huge. That is gigantic. Have I done that? Yes. I'm so happy to announce that this thing works, and it works wonders. I can't believe how well it works. Now in this video, it's very hard for me to show you the actual projection working. So I'm going to try to do that, and you'll see that during the video. But because I use, equipment that is very, kind of hard to capture that type of thing, it's just, I just can't capture it the way I really wish I could for you guys. But I'm going to do my best to explain to you how cool this is. So, it does the screen up to 120 inches, which is unbelievable. It also does HD video, so it's not just like a low-end projector. This thing does the 1080p that the Nintendo Switch does when it is docked, and it looks spectacular. It also does HDMI support up to 4K. Now, that means that you can plug in a device into the back. Wow, wait a second, what? That means you can take your, say, Xbox One X, plug it into the back, and use it with this thing. It looks unbelievable. And I should point out, if you have any extra questions, comment below and let me know, like, what you want to know about this system. I mean, I'm so taken aback by this thing because it is so well designed. It doesn't feel cheap. Like I said, it's about double the size of the dock, and it's very simple to use. It has a power switch on the side, and it has the focus and volume. And when I say volume, you're wondering, wait a minute, that thing has audio coming out of it? Yeah, I mean, you can't believe this. I'll turn it on for you, and you'll hear the fan live. So you'll see right there, it's projecting out. That sound you hear is the fan. And some people might say, well, that's so loud. But you got to keep in mind, this is a projector. So if I put my Switch into here, and it should turn on, there you go, it's on. Let me just show you how loud this thing is. It's currently on. It's projecting what I have on my Switch there. So it's, like I said, it's hard for me to show you what it's doing, but you can kind of see right there. Kind of see it. See it? Look at that. It does an amazing job on a wall. Now, let me put it down and just launch a game here. So I got to actually point it at something to see what I'm doing. So, Resident Evil, boom. You hear how loud that is? Look. You can tell right away. It's like, okay, how is this possible that this system is plugged into a portable device running off a battery that has a projector and a speaker that is so incredibly loud? Wait for it, because it's loading right now. This is oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there we go. You know what's crazy? I just found a secret game in Resident Evil. Like on the menu screen. But listen how loud it is. It's nuts! Alright, enough of that. You know that it has a loud fan. I'm telling you now, the fan is loud. But in saying that, once you have your audio actually plugged into it with the Switch plugged in, you don't really have to hear that because it's so loud, the fan automatically gets drowned out by the sound that's coming out of the speaker. Now, the switch on the side also has another mode for charging other devices you want to plug in here. So say you have your, you know, your Pro controller. Guess what? On the back of this thing has a flip down thing, which they're obviously going to do a bit of a design tweak on, but it has 2 USBs, so one for charging, one for a USB whatever device, I guess if you want to plug in your phone or whatnot. Then it has the HDMI input, and it has a headphone jack, so if you want to play in your room, you can do that. The other important part here is it has a little kickstand on the front that can be lifted up to actually raise the device. And what's crazy about it is once you raise the device, you think, okay, that the picture is going to be kind of skewed, but no, it automatically adjusts the camera to move it back into its perfect ratio. This device, in closing, has absolutely nothing. I mean, this is a prototype I'm talking about, and yes, the prototype has a few issues, such as like I put the switch in and sometimes it doesn't recognize it. That obviously is not going to be in the final product. I hope, fingers crossed. I mean, I can't see that happening. I do know that they're working out the kinks on this thing, and let me say in closing here, if you have any questions that you want me to answer about this that I didn't cover in this video because it's kind of a preview, full review hopefully when the actual device is released. But at this point in time, this is one of the craziest peripherals or accessories I've ever seen for a console, period. Let me leave it off by saying this. It's running at about 80% of its usual brightness on the front here. And when I'm outside, like even in the dark or even in a room that's lit, I still can see the screen. But when you're playing in the dark on the side of a wall or a building, trust me, I've taken it out. I've tested it. It is absolutely insane. And the fact of the matter is, you're worried about audio? That comes through as well. You worried about syncing issues? I didn't have a single one. Are you worried about, you know, the syncing of what's happening with the buttons versus, you know, what's happening on screen? Are you going to use this in a tournament? Are you going to use this as like a pro player in Street Fighter? Guess what? The ratio is 1-to-1. It has no issue with syncing up to the system in terms of its frame rate or any of that stuff. Nothing was off. It was such an amazing experience from, you know, a gamer standpoint to be holding something like this. So the final product, like I said, is in the works. This itself, the battery life on this is about 4.5 hours. I'm not sure where the final product's gonna kind of land, but I mean, you can go outside to the park and project it onto the side of a briefcase or whatever you want to do and play. Or, you know, it's just insane to think about the possibilities of what you could do with this thing. Bring it to school, skip class, sneak into the gym. Just saying, you could do so many things with it. I'm so happy I got to check this out. Thank you to OJO for sending it over from Japan, I believe. That was incredible. Holy shit, thank you for that. And I gotta thank you guys for watching. If you have any extra questions about the projector itself, let me know in the comments below. I will do a full review when the product is out. So go to the link in the underbar to find more information about the OJO portable projector for the Switch. And until next time, I'm signing out to go, literally go play with this thing because it's such an amazing, cool tech thing. So I'll see you in the next episode of JKB.